Actually, Philly was the first capital.
Oh, honey, no. Wait, did you just have that on your phone?
It's time to mix it up.
Do it, Dad. Yeah, do it.
There are thousands of ways into the complex healthcare system.
It was frozen.
Daddy's hand looks funny.
And choosing United Healthcare can help make it simpler by letting you know when your claim has been processed.
Yo, Adrienne.
Still not funny.
United Healthcare.
Hello, and welcome to an informational session about smoking cessation with United Healthcare Community Plan. I'm Amanda Alcatib from United Healthcare Community Plan. We're a Medicaid health plan provider, and I'd like to welcome you to listening to some information about the dangers of smoking hookah. Joining me today is Suzan Shashlo, a registered nurse with United Healthcare. Suzan works with our members to help them live healthier lives, and one of the ways she does that is to give members the resources they need to quit smoking. Thank you for joining me, Suzan.
Thank you so much for having me, Amanda.
My pleasure. So we've all heard that lung cancer is the second most commonly diagnosed form of cancer in the United States after heart disease. In Michigan alone, 15,000 deaths a year are smoking related, and contributing to that problem is the rise in smoking hookah. Hookah is also known by common names as argila, shisha, or nargila. It's just some of the other names that it's called in addition to hookah. And smoking hookah is very popular around the younger generation due to social and cultural components, among other things that Suzan's going to be discussing with us more. So, I have some questions for you regarding hookah.
Okay.
Hookah's been very popular these days, and it's fun to smoke with friends, especially around the younger generation and social settings. Why should we be concerned about hookah when it seems like such a fun thing to do?
You know, it's great to get out and be social with your friends, and it seems like there's a lot of the hookah lounges, the hookah bars,
Yes.
popping up wherever you look. But there really are no benefits to smoking, period. The hookah smoke contains all the harmful substances that cigarettes have, the nicotine, which is highly addictive. You've got your tar, which stays in your bloodstream. You have carbon monoxide and other toxins that you are, taking into your body. And in addition to that, the hookah pipe in the water bowl, it is lit with charcoal, and so that adds another layer of higher carbon monoxide and more toxic substances that you are putting into your body. And they're known to cause cancer.
They're carcinogenic.
They are, and the average hookah session is about 45 to 80 minutes.
Does people eat and have their hookah? They drink and have their hookah?
Absolutely,
It's
it's a social
like going out
event.
for a fun night, and hookah's involved.
Right. And so you're there for 45 to 80 minutes, and if you aren't the person smoking, you are breathing in all that secondhand smoke. And one session, the 45 minutes to 80 minutes, is equivalent to smoking 100 or more cigarettes.
Wow, that's a long time. I mean, smoking one cigarette is like a 5-minute ordeal compared to being around hookah.
For 45 to 80 minutes.
Yes.
Correct, right? And, the serious damages to your body, there's lung cancer, there's mouth cancer, there's heart disease, stroke. You've got your respiratory illnesses, all that you're putting into your lungs with asthma and COPD later in life. In addition to tooth loss.
Tooth loss?
Tooth loss.
Oh, that's terrible. And gum disease?
And gum disease and infertility.
Oh, infertility.
So if you're trying to get pregnant later on,
That's
you
a
can
big
do some
one.
damage.
Especially
Absolutely.
when you're young, you don't really think about those things. You think that you're just out having fun, and if you continue to smoke hookah for years and years, you can really start to see some of these chronic diseases later in life.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then there are other dangers of with the equipment. You're putting yourself at risk when you're sharing equipment.
Oh, yes.
If you're using the
actual hookah
mouthpiece.
pipe.
Absolutely, you're sharing the same mouthpiece
Yes.
that other people have used. So you're at greater risk for herpes
Oh.
and emphysema, hepatitis C and tuberculosis just from sharing that equipment.
Those are nasty.
They are nasty, and also you don't know if that equipment's been sanitized.
Yeah, you're at the mercy of the hookah, establishment to know how they've cleaned it, which you really don't know.
Right,
It's just
and you
another.
don't.
It's an added issue and problem in addition to the secondhand smoke and the firsthand smoking.
It is, absolutely.
Who would have thought of that?
Exactly.
Well, currently as it stands, anyone any age can smoke hookah. It just seems like such a fun thing. People smoke in their homes, they smoke, in the community, or they smoke at special establishments known as hookah shops. The hookah tobacco comes in fun, fruity flavors. I've seen them in the store labeled as cotton candy or watermelon or lemonade and
Right.
bubble gum, and they smell good and they look
Right.
pretty, and it sort of looks like you're in a candy store when you're trying to buy hookah tobacco and other products, and it just looks appealing. So any young person might mistake that to think that it's safe and it's okay, because there isn't
Absolutely.
really like a limit on what you can buy.
Correct. And with the colorful packaging, it draws the youth in. I mean, it just looks appealing. It doesn't look harmful. And there's a lack of proper labeling and the warnings on them. And with the fruity flavors, like you mentioned, it's easy to mask the tobacco odor and the taste. So when you are smoking, you are actually taking in a deeper breath, and you're holding it in longer. And because of the water, the smoke is cooled down, you can keep it in longer. So you're adding more toxins to your body.
For a longer period
For a
of
longer
time.
period of time, absolutely.
Wow.
And with the youth, the 14-year-olds, about 23% of 14-year-olds have experimented with the hookah. And by the time they're 18, 40% of 18-year-olds have experimented with the hookah pipe.
Wow. It just doesn't have that same negative connotation that cigarettes do,
Right.
And it seems more socially acceptable to try a hookah, or especially if you're around older adults or family. It's like, oh, okay, just try it. It doesn't seem like it's as terrible as a cigarette would be, but it actually is worse,
It
isn't
is worse. It absolutely is worse.
That's really an eye-opener. Wow. So, as far as cigarettes, hookah's not really a safer alternative, as
No.
many people would think.
It is not. It's, in some forms it's actually worse.
Wow. So cigarette smoking does cause the same diseases, but hookah, because it's in your body longer and you're smoking it for a longer period of time, is actually worse than a hookah.
It is. And you're actually, with the secondhand smoke, you're actually taking that in with that whole session, and you're in a closed environment.
That really makes for an interesting discussion, especially among students who would really, be interested in trying that.
Right, and you see them popping up around college campuses, more and more.
True, and they're like in a shopping center on every corner these days.
Sure.
But it's never too late to stop smoking, or to not even start.
Right.
So what are some of the steps that people can do to, as alternatives to smoking hookah and cigarettes?
Well, first of all, you'll want to quit smoking. The first thing you need to do is communicate with your doctor. There are many alternatives to help you quit smoking. There's gum, there's lozenges, there's medications. You just need to find what method would work for you. And then we do have free help with the Michigan Tobacco Hotline. It's a quit line, which provides telephone support and some counseling, and it's free. Highly recommend it. And the number for that is 1-800-784-8669. And you can quit with the right help.
And in addition, there's alternatives to going to a hookah shop and smoking with your friends. I mean, there's so many other things you can do,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
They don't even need to be mentioned, but there's bowling, there's hobbies, there's just getting outside and exercising. There's a million and one things you can do outside of going to a hookah shop, which isn't so good for your health.
Right.
Well, thank you, Susan.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
United Healthcare can help you to stop smoking. There are many treatment options, as Susan mentioned, such as over-the-counter medications, like the patch, gums, or lozenges, as well as prescription inhalers or nasal sprays. If you'd like more information, go to our website, United Healthcare UHCC communityplan.com for more information, or feel free to contact us. We speak your language at 1-800-903-5253. And also, you can contact the Michigan Tobacco Quit Line for more information on how to stop smoking. 1-800-784-8669. Thank you.
Actually, Philly was the first capital.
Oh, honey, no. Wait, did you just have that on your phone?
It's time to mix it up.
Do it, Daddy. Yeah, do it.
There are thousands of ways into the complex healthcare system.
It was frozen.
Daddy's hand looks funny.
And choosing United Healthcare can help make it simpler by letting you know when your claim has been processed.
Yo, Adrienne.
Still not funny.
United Healthcare.